Violet Flora Rose Woods, my grandmother, came to New Zealand as a war bride after the Great War. My grandfather, Klaus Nissen, was a rifleman with the New Zealand Expeditionary Forces, and he met her at the Troop Hospital in Walton-on-Thames. He already had a wife and 5 children, but she didn't know that. They ended up in Tamarunui, a refreshment stop on the main trunk line between Auckland and Wellington. I used to listen to the sound of freight trains in the night when I stayed with them. The sound made me feel scared and alone. My head pounds, my throat is sore, and I feel hot. Klaus is in the bedroom dying. Grandmother is sending my brother and me to the train station to catch the train home to Paeatua. She wipes flour from her hands and removes her wrap-around apron. We are standing by the coal range in the kitchen on one of the rag rugs she makes from old clothes. I don't feel good, Grandma. She touches my forehead with the back of her hand. You're fine. Your mother will take care of you when you get home. She reaches into her pocket and pulls out a bag of lollies. They are toffee with chocolate in the middle, and forever make me feel sick whenever I have them again. These will make you feel better. She opens the door and shoos away the chooks so he can make a run for the gate. I clutch the lollies and my suitcase and run after my brother, who is 10, but still scared of the chooks. Make the gate safely and head to the station. My head pounds and I am getting hotter. On the train I am overtaken with nausea and vomit on the floor, and on my brother Michael's feet. The conductor comes and cleans up the mess, including Michael's shoes. Michael moves to the other end of the carriage. To make my mouth feel better, I eat some lollies, and the carriage reeks of bleach. In Woodville, we have to change to a bus, which will take us the last few miles to home. Michael heads to the back and points at a seat near the front of the bus. Sit there. I don't want you near me, you smell. Give me those lollies. They were for both of us. I sit alone by the window. A large Maori woman with a shopping basket sits down next to me, taking up 3/4 of the seat. Her arm is warm and soft, and after a bit my head sinks onto her comfortable breast. She does not move away. I sleep. Home. Dad's there to meet us with Linda, my younger sister. Wendy spewed all over the train, says Michael. Dad shakes his head at me. Well, you have a new baby sister. We call her Deborah. Zebra, I think. Funny name. No matter. In future we will all be known as Wendy, Linda, Deborah. I discover I have the measles. I'm returning from the farmer's co-op with a packet of 10 Capstan cork for my mum when I see a car pull up. Auntie June helps Grandma from the back seat of the car. Grandma's had a stroke and wears calipers on her left leg. Her mouth droops as she smiles at me. I avoid her eyes. I know my mum isn't happy that she has to take care of her mother. She has 4 children, while June has only 2, and lives free with Grandma in her house in Tamarunui. I remember the chickens and the measles and the sound of the trains at night. I watch as Grandma knits a hot water bottle cover. One needle is locked under her dead left arm, and she works away with her good hand. My mother says I am like her, but I don't want to hear it. You both go at things like a bull at a gate, she says, and you look like her too. You take after my side of the family. I'm more interested in my father's side of the family. They are brave and adventurous Scots. My grandma dies a year or 2 after that. I never did ask her about her hard life, the family she never saw again, and the mother she never knew. I leave New Zealand to see the world, landing eventually in Canada. I travel to Vancouver to bring my daughter home to Ontario in the Canadian. From our berths, we see the sun rising over Mount Robson, the grain silos of the endless prairies, and the lakes and spruce forests of northern Ontario. I become a Canadian. And then finally I begin the journey to search for my grandmother and her family, starting with her missing mother.